Designing a cable tray system for a raised floor environment requires careful consideration of several factors. This includes understanding the specific needs of both data and power cables and adhering to relevant safety standards. Firstly, consider the design for data cables. Floor height is critical. Determine the height of the raised floor system and account for overhead clearance. This will dictate the available space for the cable tray and influence its placement. Cable load is also important. Calculate the weight of the cables to be installed and ensure the tray can support the load. Overloading can lead to tray failure and cable damage. Riser sections are necessary. Design vertical sections for cables entering or exiting the raised floor. These sections should provide smooth transitions and prevent cable strain. Cable supports are also vital. Plan for adequate cable supports to prevent sagging or damage to cables. Proper support spacing ensures the cables remain organized and protected. Cross sections must be determined as well. Determine the appropriate cross-sectional area of the tray based on cable density. A sufficient cross-section ensures proper cable management and airflow. Corrosion resistance should be considered. Choose materials resistant to corrosion, especially in data center environments. Corrosion can compromise the tray's structural integrity and affect cable performance. Electrical bonding is also key. Ensure proper electrical bonding to meet safety regulations. Bonding minimizes the risk of electrical shock and equipment damage. Now, let's discuss designing a power cable tray system. Size and capacity are paramount. Calculate the power load and determine the tray size and cable capacity. The tray must be able to handle the electrical current without overheating. The type of tray needs to be selected correctly. Select a tray designed for power cables, such as ventilated or non-ventilated trays. Ventilated trays allow for heat dissipation, while non-ventilated trays offer greater protection. Current ratings are essential. Check the current ratings of the tray to ensure it can handle the load. Exceeding the current rating can lead to a fire hazard. Supports and spacing should be adequate. Design the supports and spacing to withstand the weight and minimize voltage drop. Proper support and spacing maintain cable integrity and electrical performance. Fire protection is also something that must be considered. Consider fire-rated trays or enclosures for additional safety. Fire protection measures can prevent the spread of fire and protect critical infrastructure. Some useful resources for cable tray design include the Cable Tray Manual by Bixby, Electrical Wiring Commercial by Philip Simmons, and Electrical Conduit Bending by Rick Schwalski. These books provide comprehensive guidance on cable tray installation and best practices. Online resources such as the Bixby Cable Tray Manual available at Bixby.org, the Panduit Cable Tray Design Guide found at Panduit.com, and the Legrand Cable Tray Resource Center located at Legrand. Offer valuable information on cable tray design and selection. Additionally, Chapter 3 of the National Electrical Code, NEC, provides specific requirements for cable tray installations. The NEC can be found at nfpa.org. When determining the floor height, ensure you consider not only the physical space for the cable tray but also the accessibility for maintenance and future modifications. A higher raised floor might provide more flexibility but also increases the cost. When calculating cable load, use a safety factor to account for future expansion or unforeseen additions to the cable system. Regularly inspect the cable tray system for signs of overloading or damage. For riser sections, use appropriate fittings and supports to ensure a smooth and secure transition for cables moving between the horizontal and vertical planes. Avoid sharp bends that can damage the cables. When planning cable supports, consider the type of cables being used and the environmental conditions. Different cable types may require different support methods, and harsh environments may necessitate more frequent supports. When determining the cross-sectional area of the tray, consider the fill rate. The NEC specifies maximum fill rates for cable trays to ensure adequate ventilation and prevent overheating. When selecting materials for corrosion resistance, consider the specific contaminants present in the environment. Data centers may have different corrosion risks compared to industrial settings. When ensuring proper electrical bonding, use appropriate grounding and bonding techniques as specified in the NEC. Verify the effectiveness of the bonding system through regular testing. When calculating the power load for power cable tray systems, consider the continuous and intermittent loads. The tray must be able to handle both types of loads without exceeding its current rating. When selecting the type of tray for power cables, consider the heat generated by the cables. Ventilated trays are generally preferred for high current applications to dissipate heat and prevent overheating. When checking the current ratings of the tray, ensure the rating is appropriate for the ambient temperature. The current rating of a cable tray decreases as the ambient temperature increases. When designing supports and spacing for power cable trays, consider the effects of electromagnetic interference. Proper spacing and grounding can minimize interference and ensure reliable power distribution. When considering fire protection for power cable trays, use fire-rated cables and trays to contain a fire and prevent it from spreading to other areas. Regularly inspect the fire protection measures to ensure they are in good working condition. The Bixby Cable Tray Manual is a comprehensive resource that covers all aspects of cable tray design, installation, and maintenance. It includes detailed information on cable tray types, load calculations, and installation best practices. Electrical Wiring Commercial by Philip Simmons provides practical guidance on electrical wiring methods for commercial buildings, including cable tray installations. It covers relevant NEC requirements and industry standards. Electrical Conduit Bending by Rick Schwalski teaches the skills necessary to bend electrical conduit, which is often used in conjunction with cable trays for routing electrical cables. The Panduit Cable Tray Design Guide offers tools and resources for designing cable tray systems, including product selection guides, load calculation tools, and installation instructions. The Legrand Cable Tray Resource Center provides access to technical information, product specifications, and design tools for Legrand cable tray systems. Chapter 3 of the NEC contains specific requirements for cable tray installations, including allowable fill rates, support requirements, and grounding and bonding requirements. It is essential to consult the NEC when designing and installing cable tray systems. In addition to the resources mentioned, consult with qualified electrical engineers and cable tray manufacturers to ensure the cable tray system is properly designed and installed. Proper planning and installation are essential for a safe and reliable cable tray system. Also make sure that you take into consideration local code requirements that can overwrite the NEC or add to the NEC requirements. For example, a local ordinance may require additional fire stopping requirements so that all the work be inspected by a third party. Some other considerations to keep in mind are future expansion, accessibility, maintainability, and environmental factors. Future expansion means that the cable tray system should be designed to accommodate future growth. Accessibility will dictate that cables need to be easily accessible for maintenance and repairs. Maintainability means that the cable tray system should be easy to maintain and inspect. Environmental factors will affect the design and material selection that may include temperature, humidity, and exposure to corrosive substances. Cable trays are available in a variety of materials, including steel, aluminum, and fiberglass. Steel is the most common material and is suitable for most applications. Aluminum is lighter than steel and is corrosion resistant, making it a good choice for outdoor applications. Fiberglass is non-conductive and corrosion resistant, making it a good choice for corrosive environments. Cable trays are also available in a variety of types, including ladder trays, solid bottom trays, and wire mesh trays. Ladder trays are the most common type and are suitable for most applications. Solid bottom trays provide more support for cables and are often used for heavy cable loads. Wire mesh trays are lightweight and provide good ventilation, making them a good choice for data centers. The selection of cable tray material and type should be based on the specific application and environmental conditions. When installing cable trays, follow the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable codes and standards. Proper installation is essential for a safe and reliable cable tray system. Regularly inspect the cable tray system for signs of damage or deterioration. Repair or replace any damaged components promptly. A well-designed and maintained cable tray system will provide years of reliable service. When designing for the weight of your cables, it is often useful to get a cable weight chart from the manufacturer. Secondly, it is important to keep in mind how much the tray itself weighs. Thirdly, it is a good idea to add a safety margin to the calculation, maybe 20 to 30% higher to account for unforeseen issues. Make sure that your calculations can be independently verified by another qualified engineer. The OJ or authority having jurisdiction will want to see this calculation. Keep in mind that you want to allow for future expansion. Cables will need to be added later, so planning for this eventuality in advance will save much time and money. It is useful to physically inspect any site before beginning the design to determine if any conditions will affect the cable tray system.